Welcome back to the classroom. I am the movie review teacher, and today we have a fun one to review. The Running Man is out now. This is a remake, but not a remake, of the 1987 original film, which starred Arnold Schwarzenegger. Now, if you are looking for this movie to be a complete remake of that film, it is not. What Edgar Wright said in interviews and what I have read so far is that he wanted to take on Stephen King's novel and bring that book directly to life. And so looking at the book, looking at where this film goes, it is more closely related than the first film. Now, Glen Powell takes on the role of Ben Richards, a man trying to really provide for his family. He's lost jobs, his daughter's sick, his wife, is working as a, quote, waitress, but obviously there may be more to that, and that's where the challenge begins. Now, if you are sitting down wanting a movie that is going to be action-packed, have a solid storyline, this is one for you. Now, Ben Richards, in a sense, is not as strong as he thinks. What it really becomes is, who is he going to befriend to help give him the ability to survive? And so, as much as his family needs him, what you really see in this movie is that Ben Richards needs others to help him. Without that help, he would be unable to find success and ultimately win the prize. Now, going back to what I said about the action, there is a lot of different fight scenes. There's a lot of challenges that are in the film. And I think when you're looking for something explosive, it is there. There are a couple scenes that really stick out that involve fire and the use of fire or explosives, and they are done well. This is a $100 million movie, so obviously the money is in the budget for it to have that action sense. Now, as far as the characters, you're really going to see who you love and who you hate. And I think that is good. But what you really see throughout the duration of the 2 hours is that Ben Richards goes as somebody that is hated to almost a martyr. And what you see from that context is the real division of the news networks, of the government, of what is being put on TV, dividing the country. On one hand, there's this utopia place. Everybody is happy. They have money. They have wealth. And then there's everybody else. And so what Ben Richards becomes is a person that is out to prove, one, he can provide for his family, but two, that he can fight for everybody. He is almost a voice of change. And I think that is where this movie is well written. Now, if you were going to sit down and look at something to nitpick, I feel like when this movie gets slow, it gets slow. Now, we see a sitcom or a reality TV show that keeps coming up on the screen all the time. And I guess it proves that there are rich people in the scene. But in a sense, it's not needed as much as it was there. Now, on occasion, it's there, but it's overdone a little bit. I think another thing that you could almost point to as a con is we are getting this real division between the government, the news networks, and then the outsiders, in a sense, that Ben Richards is involved in, or the social group that he would be considered in. And what we really don't have is a backstory of why that is the case. And I think when you are looking at something like this and you're trying to find the protagonist and the antagonist, you're really wanting to set the scene of why people feel the way they do. Now, in a sense, you do get to learn that a little bit later on as the movie goes, but I think it needs to be established a little bit earlier on. Now, overall rating. For me, I found this movie enjoyable. I think a lot of it was built on Glen Powell. I think it showed that he is fit for movies that involve a lot of athleticism, a lot of action, and he can play the good guy and bad guy pretty well. I don't think there's really anything in his character that falters. I think there are just some things that really needed to be cleared up a little bit to give the audience to buy in, to give that buy-in and allow us to see more from the screen. Now, if you're looking for something for just an action-packed movie, this is a good one. It's not over the top. It's not terrible, but it's a standard action movie where when you leave, you are not going to say, wow, that is the best thing that you've ever seen. Now for rating. For me, The Running Man is about a 3.8 out of 5. this is a movie that I am going to watch again. I enjoyed it. I just think that a movie like this is difficult to say I would watch it over and over again. It is one of those movies that periodically you can turn on, sit down, and enjoy it each time you watch it. So, The Running Man is out now. If you have a chance to see it, I do recommend it. But thank you all for the continued support. We are approaching 1,000 subscribers. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Go check out my other social medias, which are all the same name. Stay tuned for more reviews, and I will talk to you all later.